Hello, YouTube. Happy 2024. I know the new year is so far gone, but we're still in January and I'm hitting a goal. So what I've decided to do is continue this journey on my YouTube page. I know it's been a long time since my first video, but I decided, listen, I got to get right into it. I want to share what I'm dealing with and what I'm going through as a new boutique owner. I have searched YouTube high and low and I could not find people that are being 100% honest with how it's going. So as you can see from the title of this video, we are talking about how it started versus how it's going. So let's get right into it. But before we go on, because I know if I don't do it now, I will forget. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to take you through this journey. In all honesty, from A to Z, I'm skipping no points. We're going to talk about all things boutique life and boutique love. So welcome to my channel. Again, I'm your girl Nadia, the CEO and operator of SASSISoul Boutique, where we sell women's clothing, ranging from sizes small to 3X, some 4X and some 5X, and we'll get into those details as well. Again, I just want to start from the very beginning, how it started. I launched my boutique in April of 2023. I started the journey in 2022. I decided at the age of 45 that, hey, I needed to do something that I wanted to do, just get on a journey of making some financial impact into my family. And so I said, you know what? It's always been a dream. I'm going to start it. Little did I know, it was not going to be easy at all. I mean, when I tell you, I went from, oh my gosh, from crying to sobbing to quitting to starting all over again to not wanting to do this, for hating it. I mean, it was ridiculous. And so I've got a little handy dandy piece of paper right here. And because I'm new to this, I got to follow my outline, but I want to take you through this journey with me. Again, I launched in April of 2023. And in the beginning, I was so excited. I had got my little inventory and I'm like, you know what? All of my friends and family especially are going to support me. They're going to promote me and we're going to get on this journey and I'm going to make some money. And no, it did not happen that way. I'm so sad to say my friends and family, they supported me from a distance. And I've learned that supporters and customers are two different things. And I'm okay with that because I've learned through this journey that my friends and family are not actually my customers. My customers are out there. They are loyal. They are the ones that have a demand for my product. They are the ones that desire what I have. They are the ones that need what I have. And so on this journey, the last 9 months or so, I've learned that my customers are not my friends and family. And again, I'm okay with that. So the first thing is the sales. How did it go? First day, I launched April 1st. How many sales did I get? I got a whopping 7 sales. And even though I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to sell out, I'm gonna be nervous because I'm gonna sell out my product and then I'm not gonna have anything else, it did not go that way. I was literally waiting about 45 minutes before my first sale. And then they started coming, maybe one every half an hour or so until I made about 7 sales that day. I was a little frustrated because I really thought that I was just going to clear the books. I was going to clear out my inventory and have to start all over, and that was not the case. So I continued the journey. I was still excited. I felt like, you know what, I'm going somewhere with this. I have a goal, I have a plan, and this is my passion. I continued to order inventory. I continued to make sure that I was getting those trending styles and things that were coming out. And the biggest thing was learning how to fund this business without that many sales. So as the weeks and the days went on, the sales were they just were not coming. They were not coming enough to make sure that I had enough coming in to order more inventory. So was I discouraged, to say the least? Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. I wanted to quit. I was about 2 or 3 weeks in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have all this inventory, stuff that did not sell. I wanted more and more and more. And it was just hard because I wasn't getting the sales. And here we go, more and more days, so many more days go by. I still wasn't getting the sales that I thought it was. 1 or 2 here, it was kind of feeling like, maybe I don't have what people like and maybe I'm not doing it right. And so I started looking at other boutiques and oh my gosh, that was probably the worst thing I could have done. And I'll get more into that, but it was so discouraging because every boutique that I saw on my feed was like having 100, 200, 300 likes. They had thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers, and I had at this time maybe 200 followers, and they were barely liking my products. I was trying to take the photos, and let's not get into the photography that I started with. We won't talk about that. Well, I can say that my first photo shoot, I got a professional photographer. He was new to the industry. I was new to my industry. And so we were trying to work it out. We had some hiccups with how the pictures turned out. So I had to do some magic. I had a friend who was like a guru at Canva, and she just made my photo shoot come alive. And so I was able to put the products on my website. Let's not talk about website. We'll get there. But here I am. I got these photos. I got this inventory. I'm like, okay, something is not right. What am I going to do? So I just felt like I was failing at this. I'm a month, 2 months in, and I probably made about $400 or $500 each month. And then I heard somebody say, you're doing good for a new business owner, someone that has not been out there, someone who hasn't even been on social media for a year. You're making $400 to $500 a month. Sis, that's good. So I was like, okay, so, okay, here I am. It's doing good. I had a pop-up shop in June, and I sold about $1,000 worth of product. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on my way. These people are going to just keep coming back. They're going to keep buying stuff. I'm going to keep showing them all my product. And it was like, wah, wah. They were not buying anymore. I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Okay, so I said, okay, maybe I need to do a pop-up shop like every month. Maybe I need to do 2 or 3. The pop-up shops were really hit or miss, and we'll get into that as well as we go along on this journey. I figured out maybe midway through the summer that I don't think pop-up shops are the idea for this, right? So I said, I'm going to continue maybe doing them through the summertime because I live in Ohio, and trying to pull and drag product and clothing and hangers and all that through the snow, the mud, and the sleet, I said, no, I will not be doing that. So my last pop-up shop was in August, and my pop-up shops were not as great. I was at least making the money back that I used to get the vending spot, but it just was not a great idea for me. So I decided, I'm not gonna continue with the pop-up shops. And some of them I will do. And I learned very early on that pop-up shops are really based on your audience. And we'll get into that. And I found my niche when it came to that. So then I tried some different sales. Here we are, we're going into the fall. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm watching all these other boutique owners, all the trending styles that they're getting. Now, I wasn't able to get all the pieces that they were getting because, again, I wasn't making as many sales, and I'm trying to fund this business off of the small amount of sales that I've gotten, and then maybe some of my personal funds. So I was able to pick out some of the pieces that I felt like were really, really trending. And so I bought those pieces, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have a fabulous fall launch because, hey, I got some of the pieces that everybody's looking at. I'm looking at these comments. People are like, oh my God, that's fire. Oh my God, that's awesome. And I wasn't necessarily copying those other boutique owners. I was kind of being inspired by what they were putting out, right? So if they had the red, I bought the blue. If they had the long, I bought the short. You know what I mean? So I was trying to find any way to get my stuff notarized. So then I launched for the fall, and I did not make many sales. Again, not many sales. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm doing things very similar to these bigger named brands. So I decided, okay, let me do a giveaway. I did a giveaway, and it was really a success. Got me up to 300 followers by this time on social media. And I primarily post on Instagram, and I have my Facebook kind of linked, so everything that I do on my Instagram goes to my Facebook. So I got a lot of followers on that. I did like 3 winners, and it did kind of amp me up a little bit, but I was still struggling. So then I'm like, okay, I got to get strategic with these sales. So it was the fall coming up, right? And so I did like a sale on my clearance items for summer. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna knock this stuff down, and it's gonna fly off the shelves, and I'm gonna put it down to like $10. make any sales. Maybe one or two, right? So I'm like, what in the entire world is going on? I mean, even through the summer, I tried some different sales. Like for my mom's birthday, because I was very passionate about doing fashion when it came to my mom. My mom was always a jazzy dresser before she passed away, and later on in life was, nursing home bound. She was always a jazzy dresser. She always made sure we looked nice. I got a lot of hand-me-downs, and so that's what I started doing, mixing and matching. And I would cut pants and make them into shorts, and I would cut long sleeve shirts and make them into short sleeve shirts. I felt like I had it going on, right? I was like a regular, like, Fenty going on, right? I had my own little thing going on. So I felt like, okay, I'm going to dedicate this sale to her. This year on her birthday, she would have been 64 years old. I had all this stuff. I still had the things that I launched with that was primarily like winter. Then I had my summer stuff. And I was just trying to see, how it was going to work. I did a 64% off sale. I probably got about 3 orders. And again, womp womp. So I'm like, okay, this is not working. So as the summer goes on, again, we get into the fall. I did a clearance sale. I dropped stuff down to $10. It didn't work. Then we're getting into the holiday season. And so it's like, okay, I got to find a way to get some more winter items, the things that were really trending, like the sweaters, jeans, because I hadn't really gotten into jeans yet. So I was like, okay, I got to figure out a way to do this. I did get a grant from one of the local colleges that I applied for. It was because one of my children was a student there, and they gave me a small grant. So I was like, great. I was able to get some winter stuff to kind of launch the winter and go into the holiday season. So here we are, Black Friday. I'm amped up. I hear all these people talking about, yeah, my boutique was struggling, but then Black Friday put me on the map, and I'm like, this is it. I'm going to get on the map with my Black Friday sales. I'm just going to make it happen. I started following this one girl on YouTube, and she was talking about all the things you needed to do to get yourself ready for Black Friday. She held a live Zoom class. I joined it. I had all these great ideas. I wrote down all these notes. I'm going to do exactly what she says. I did everything that she said, and wow. It was so bad. I said, what the heck is going on? However, I did do like a pre-Black Friday. I noticed that a lot of boutique owners were getting a lot of comments and likes when they did graphic tees. And at this time, I only had like one graphic tee. And so I was like, I'm going to buy a bunch of graphic tees. Pre-Black Friday, I'm gonna put them down to $15, and baby, when I tell you, it was amazing. I had about 12 orders on pre-Black Friday. That was the day before. That was actually Thanksgiving Day. I dropped all my graphic tees down to $15, and they sold like crazy. And I was like, okay, they were right. Black Friday puts you on the map, right? So then Black Friday, that day that everyone shops and they're looking for all these awesome and great deals, I did 50% off. And I think I got maybe 1 or 2 orders. And I'm like, I was so discouraged. I just kept posting. I was doing all that I could do to try to get myself out there, and it just was not budging. I had done a Mother's Day sale. I did, like I said, my mom's birthday. Here we are into the holidays. Christmas, I did 12 days of Christmas. I had some awesome deals every day, 12 days leading up to Christmas, and it just was not successful. And I started searching through YouTube, and I'm like, okay, somebody's got to tell me that this is what's happening to them for me to feel like I'm doing the right thing, right? Then I felt like so many people were just saying, it's just been awesome. I started 3 months, and then bam, I was making $1,000 days and $100,000 years. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I look back on all these people's pages, and I'm thinking, I'm doing the same thing they're doing, and something just is not right. Well, it just was not happening for me. And then we get to Christmas, like I said, and it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And one of the things that I really dealt with is that right after Thanksgiving, I had to have surgery on my knee. And as a boutique owner, I'm the model and I'm the photographer. I couldn't stand on my knee. I couldn't move my knee. So I literally could not do any photo shoots. I couldn't promote any new pieces. I just had to keep repeating all the things that I had from the past. And it kind of got discouraging. And so going into the new year, I said, you know what? I think I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm tired of the struggle. And I said, what am I going to do with all these clothes? And once you get to know me, you'll know that I am a woman of God. I'm a woman of prayer. And I decided that I wasn't going to give up. I decided I was going to keep trying. I was going to make this work. I was going to pray, fast, and ask God for the strategies. And so as we began the new year, I did do some things that I was really reluctant at doing. One was joining some type of academy or class with a business coach that I could get consistent help. And so I did that. I joined the Boutique Academy. It is ran and owned by Jan Charté. You guys can follow her. I'm sure she's on all forms of social media. And just listening to her post, just a small amount of information I was getting for free, I decided that I was going to invest in it. And one of the things that really, really hit home for me with her was that, you know, you get all these people on Instagram, follow me, I can get you to $1,000 a day, I can help you make sales, I can whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, and it's gonna cost you $500. What? I'm a new business owner, boo. I'm barely making $5, okay? And I started following her. And out of all the people that I follow, out of all the Instagram masters that tell me they can help me, she is the only one that followed me back. And not only did she follow me back, she engaged with my content. And it was like, I don't know if this is a sales pitch, if she's using me to try to draw me in, but baby, I was hooked. I was like, this girl is really trying to get my business, or she really cares. And so I gave it a try. And so that's one of the things that I can say as a new boutique owner. It's difficult trying to find a way to find funds to do so many things that you need to do. And I will get into in other versions of my journey, but there's so many things that I'm paying for outside of just inventory, just to keep my business running, just to make sure that I'm doing all the right things. And I started this Boutique Academy, and when I started it, she had a class that night, and it was actually on like content creation and how to get myself noticed on social media. And so I started doing some of the things that she showed me, and I can honestly say that this past like 20 something days in January, today is January the 22nd, I have really seen a significant amount of change of engagement. It has not gotten me many sales, but it has indeed gotten me some organic followers and really helpful comments and engagement that is like striking my passion again, right? And so I had decided that I'm just going to push through. I'm going to push through. I'm going to make this happen. And I'm excited about what's to come. And then one of the things I did to get myself back on track is I got caught up with my bookkeeping. It was terrible. I was 6 months behind. Don't tell anybody. But I found out that I actually made $7,000, over $7,000. I started in April, and just through the end of 2023, I had made $7,000. I'm like, what? I had no idea I had made that much money. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm actually doing something right. And so my encouragement to you, if you're a new boutique owner, if you're restarting any type of business, just keep going. I can't tell you how much of a blessing it's been just to keep going. One of my really good friends, she started me on like a planner. I was never that type of person. I am very administrative, like it's the godly gift in me. And I can remember things, I can put it in my brain and know what I'm gonna do. But she's like, just start. And I started writing down my plans, my goals, my daily activities, what I want to do today, what I want to do tomorrow, what I want to do by the end of the day. And it has really been helpful. It really makes me feel like a business owner. And so I just want to encourage you, if you're out there, don't stop. Keep going, keep pushing. Something has got to give. And if you know and trust God, trust me, He is going to work it out for you. So if I haven't said anything for you, I'm just making sure I kind of went over everything on my notes. If I haven't said anything to you that has encouraged you, that has given you a little bit more confidence, I pray that watching this video, sharing this video, liking this video, looking at it 3 or 4 times before you give up, I pray that it helps you. So just as my motto says for my business, I want you to stay sassy, stay classy, and stay confident. See you in my next video. Love you. Bye.